everyone and welcome back to Alex Elliott Golf. Now we're going to talk this week about lies that are dramatically above our feet. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a situation here. I'm stood in the bunker and this ball is massively above my feet. Now this is something that either happens to you when you're playing golf, which is incredibly unfortunate, or sometimes from your playing partners. Now as golfers, we do need to know how to play the ball when it's excessively above our feet. So I'm going to run through 3 key tips of how you're going to get this golf ball on the green consistently when the ball is above your feet. So a lot of people struggle with this shot and losing the ball way off to the left of target. Now this is basically due to setup and how they set themselves up around the golf ball and around the lie. A lot of people will stand to this golf ball as they would a normal golf shot. So let's run through those 3 key tips of how we're going to stand to the golf ball better and how this is definitely going to make sure your ball initial starting direction is straighter and not off to the left. So let's firstly talk about our first component of our setup, where this club face is pointing and our aim predominantly. If I take my normal stance, and that is aiming where I think would be parallel left and basically club face at the target. Now if I took this club higher, you can see the higher I take this golf club, so therefore the more this golf ball is above my feet, the further this loft is aiming out to the left. So now you can see the ball is only slightly above my feet. This loft of the club face is now pointing slightly left of the target, sort of towards this bunker. So if I highlight this by placing a stick on where this loft is, so here, the higher I take this, the further the loft points left. The lower it is, the more it points towards the target. So you can see the dramatic effect that golf ball has if you stand to it normally and don't account for this loft pointing left. So how are we going to adjust our aim? Well, I want you to make sure you're aiming slightly right of target. So your feet line is going to be aiming to the right half of the green in this case, and that will account for your club face aiming left. Now from here, my feet look like they're aiming excessively off to the right, but in theory, the loft of my club face is actually aiming at the target. So we're going to adjust our alignment and we're going to make sure our feet are aiming off to the right. So we're going to use the right half of the green, and from here, this is going to make sure the loft of my club face is now being compensated for and is now pointing directly down my ball to target line, which in this case is the flag. I'm going to take my stance, aiming slightly right of target, and this is going to compensate for that loft aiming left. So now I'm aiming right with my feet, but my loft is aiming at the target. Tip number 2, I want you to make sure you're gripping down on this golf club. So almost nearly towards the shaft and the metal on the shaft. Now the higher this ball is above your feet, the more you're going to have to grip down the golf club. But in this case, I'm going to grip down just short of my lambkin sign. Now this is just going to allow me to get close to the golf ball and allow me to stay balanced and basically not cause this heel to dig in as much and limiting the chance of this club digging in the ground and predominantly causing it going further off to the left. This leads me to tip number 3. So because we've gripped down the golf club, I want you to stand closer to this golf ball, and then from there, once we're closer, we can dig our feet into the sand and we're set to go. So to summarise of how we're going to play this shot dramatically above our feet, we're going to aim slightly right of target with our feet line, compensating for our loft aiming left. So I'm now aiming slightly right of target, my loft is aiming at the target now. Then from there I'm gripping down the golf club and standing closer to the ball than I usually would. Then from there, nice stable balance, stable base, digging into the sand. I'm ready to hit my shot. Thank you for watching this week's tip on Alex Elliott Golf. Now you know how to play these horrendous lies when the ball is dramatically above your feet. If you've not already, please hit that subscribe button at the end of the video. All you have to have is a Gmail account. And if you'd like some more information on lessons, whether it be online lessons or lesson in person, there's a link down in the description below with my email in order to send an inquiry. Thank you for watching.